Cancer Collective. Hello. Alright. It's been a while since I've done individual readings. And yes. Oh, we got the Ace of Wands in reverse popping up. Well, your passions could feel quite stifled right now, or you could just be unsure of what to pursue in regards to your passions. This could be new love. That's what we're here for, right? Out with the old. We got the Chariot coming in. Could be dealing with a fixed sign. Six of Cups. Now, Six of Cups is soulmate energy, but it's also like past energy. I was getting the Devil in, because the Devil is everywhere. The Devil is hot on our trail with this divine path, I'm telling you. But I do get this sort of past energy, because oftentimes I'll read the Six of Cups as it's going to feel like it's someone who makes you feel childlike, right? So we'll just transmute that energy back. But I did get a tinge of past, right? Which everything is in retrograde, so there's going to be people coming in. Okay. And then we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. I just had to check my deck. But no, it's Six of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So again with the Five of Pentacles, or Five of you could be in the Five of Pentacles with that Six of Pentacles in the reverse, but we have the Five of Wands here. So with that Ace of Wands in reverse, you could be blocked. So this might not be somebody, this could just be somebody that you've blocked or has blocked you, or the communication is blocked somehow. They're unreachable. Maybe with Mercury in retrograde, there could be digital conflicts, right? Like messages not being received. It might not be somebody from the past, the long time past, or somebody that you've dealt with romantically. So we have the Ten of Cups here, King of Swords, and the Nine of Cups. So I feel like this is something that's very stable. The King of Swords is going to be very communicative. If you're the feminine, the King of Swords could be, you could be dealing with an air sign, or someone who's a mutable sign with in their masculine energy, right? But this person is very direct, right? The King of Swords is direct. It was the last card out in the last king out in the Pisces reading. But the King of Swords is someone who's, they're ready. It's like they're ready and waiting. Like the way that they're holding this sword is they're ready and waiting, and they've got this sort of the world as they know it is still kind of guarded by the Devil. We'll look more into that. What are you? Knight of Wands. So this could be the past reality. Oh my gosh. My nose is going crazy right now. They could be talking about you right now, like to other people. But this person has mastered their shadows, right? This person is very direct with their communication. They're not going to come in with any bullshit. They're not going to come in they've sort of, the world with that fixed energy. It's like they've fixed themselves, like they check themselves before they wreck themselves. So maybe this person was blocked or restricted, right? The masculine could have been blocked or restricted in some way. And they're just waiting for that opening to come back in to communicate correctly, right? So you could have put, if you're the feminine, you could have put someone in their place. You could put the masculine in their place. Not in a manipulative way or like silent treatment way, right? You just maybe went no contact or withdrew your energy or redirected your energy somehow that made them look within. Because they're not an idiot, they're not a devil themselves. They could have just been maybe slipping, Hey, yo, I'm slipping. I can't get up. But this individual got back up, right? They're not. We all have shadows that kind of creep in whenever we are triggered by new love or new life events, right? We make friends with our shadows through this process, but that doesn't necessarily mean that, and we can transmute them. We can, a lot of transmutation and sublimating, right? Like going from gas to water, water to gas, right? You are water, and it's like you're sort of going between the gaseous type air energy, but it's still the same I'm not a scientist but it's still like the element, even though the circumstances are different or the element is different, or it's gone from a liquid, which is feminine, to a gas which is masculine. Even though there's sort of this like transmutation or this shifting between which is like mutable energy as well, it's like it's still the same. It's the same shit, and it will return to being the same, right? It will return through precipitation and the water cycle. It will return to being in its other form. So it's like sometimes we shift in and out of different forms of our shadows, right? Which can be just revealing. I mean, they just reveal different parts of ourselves that we didn't know. Oh my gosh. I want to get like a toothbrush up in my sinuses. Just scrub out whatever's going on there. Yeah, I feel like this person could be typing a message out. They could be very old school and writing you a letter or an email or something like that. What is that? In Sex and the City, the movie. She said, well, have you ever written me a love letter? He said, I think maybe a love fax, So yeah, maybe it's still technological with the wands, but it's like they're trying to figure out how to bring a romantic they could be older. The King of Swords can definitely be an older individual, an older masculine. It's like they're trying to figure out how to approach you with their old soul, old world energy. Say that 5 times fast. And see, the devil is about attachments, and they could just be attached to doing like very set in their ways, right? They are a decisive individual. They're very, I do feel like fixed energy. So you could be dealing with a fixed sign as well, or an earth sign with the world here. And it could just be an older masculine. But it's like they could be very set in their ways, but they're they're willing to become more mutable and malleable for this feminine, because they want the Ten of Cups here. And so it's like they, that Six of Pentacles, we've got 9 and 10 of Cups, but we have the 6 of Pentacles here in reverse with the 4 of Swords. So the sixes in reverse feel like 5s, right? And we have the 5 of Wands here with that blocked energy, and then we have the 7 of Wands and the Knight of Wands with that. I feel like this masculine may have come in a way that was more casual or superficial. And it's almost like the feminine, because Earth in Pentacles is feminine, it's like they mirrored back love. Six is the number of love. It's like they mirrored it back. Nope. Return to sender. They're like, not enough, right? Insufficient funds, right? And that seems to have put the masculine into their 4 of Swords, right? Which is all balancing their breath, balancing their thoughts, balancing their communication. And now they're in the King of Swords energy, but it feels like the feminine is in this. The feminine is in cinnamon, an anemone. Finding Nemo. It's like they've the fish. Yeah, maybe you're dealing with the Pisces, but definitely I feel that mutable energy. But the 4 of Pentacles, it's like the feminine is now in this. They're extra cautious now because maybe they've dealt with you before, if I'm speaking to the masculine. Or if you're the feminine, you might just resonate with this. Like, yep, now I'm just watching this mofo, making sure that they come in with the 6 of Pentacles in the upright. Because what you really want with the 10 of Cups over here, you really want the 10 of Pentacles, right? So if you have your 4 of Pentacles and they come in with the 6 of Pentacles, you can get your 10 of Pentacles. But the feminine, if the feminine feels more like in a more balanced energy, but it feels like the masculine is willing to do that work, right? To balance themselves. And they may need some assistance, right? You can never change somebody unless they want to change. This person feels willing to make the changes. They know whatever way that they have been doing things in the past, their reality, their previous attachments or their past energy, they know it doesn't work for them. It has kept them in this cycle of bankruptcy, right? And maybe with the Pentacles, because the Pentacles can be about money, but they can also, they're fundamentally about health and wealth, their wellness, right? Balance. And so this masculine could have been maybe they, as an older man, maybe like their old world way of thinking is very much in like the gender roles, or they wanted to, maybe they just kind of paid their way through other relationships with money, and that could very well be because they were attracted to and attracting superficial feminines that were just wanting that, right? And as this masculine, they wanted to provide whatever their feminine wanted or needed, because they essentially want to feel needed, right? This could be the eldest child, right? They could be the eldest child or an only child. But yeah, I do feel like they're sort of, maybe they grew up too fast, like they didn't really have that innocent child playfulness available to them because of their upbringing for whatever reason. And so they were or you were if you're the masculine Cancer here. And so it's like they didn't know how to be, like, they were never needed or never received attention or love. Like, they were very conditionally loved, but they were never unconditionally loved or loved for, or got attention, received attention for being light or childlike, right? So it's like, I don't necessarily get air sign from this, but I get this very kind of like seemingly cold or direct individual that doesn't necessarily know how to access their emotions. Like they are willing to, because that's what they essentially wanted as a water sign, as a young water sign, particularly if they're a masculine. Growing up, little boys are told, boys don't cry, be a man, you're the man of the house. Maybe they lost a father very young and they had to like take on the responsibility of being the sort of man of the house, or they had like a single parent and they had to take care of their siblings. It's like they had to grow up too fast and they weren't able to really be a child. And there's something about this feminine, right? Could be a Libra, right? But there's this like Libran energy about, which is like a very playful, sprite-like, fairy-like, la la la, sort of, maybe a little airheaded, right? But not stupid or ignorant, or but just more goes with the current, right? That mutable energy kind of taps them into that air quality of going with the current, right? And sort of feeling like with going with staying on trend with Finding Nemo. It's like the sea turtles, how they ride the PCT, or is that the trail that, is that what it is? The PCT? Pacific Current something? Anyway, you totally rock, Squirt, right? It's like they're watching this feminine, and the feminine seems to be more childlike and more free. There's like a free quality to them that is very different from what they're familiar with, and I feel like they like that. And so it's like they're coming with this Page of Swords. Now normally the Page of Swords is, they're watching, right? It's somebody who's watching and observing, but and normally you would say, well, an Empress is not going to accept a page. But if the page is coming from an Emperor, which this King of Swords has the potential to do, right? Because if they have the willingness to do new things, because that's what the Emperor and the Empress do, they collect information from all the kingdoms. And they wield the elements so that the elements don't wield them. Like this individual, the masculine, feels like they don't like their past. They don't resonate with their past. Their past feels kind of foreign to them, even though it is familiar. They could have some estranged family members, or again, maybe they lost family members physically. Maybe they died. While I was dancing around how to say that. But I do feel like it is a very touchy subject for this individual. They want to tap into this, but it's like and be playful and all of that. That's very appealing to them. But I feel like the struggle is with their emotions. Like really, like they want this Ten of Cups too, but there is a bit of fear. That Devil is kind of still there, where they are going to have to work through this. So this could have happened in the past, and then, very much like the twin flame journey, you guys could have gone in your separate directions. The feminine could have, there could have been a conversation about this, or just energetically the feminine went no contact and went their separate way and has continued to be free, the masculine still could have eyes on this individual, but energetically they're definitely still thinking about this feminine. If they don't have access, because they could be blocked on social medias or whatever, and they could be looking at through maybe a fake account or like a they could be watching them. They could have created another account and be watching this individual. And there is a lot of fear. Like they're going to be coming with a lot of, they're tapping into their Leo energy through this Leo season right now, where it's like they're getting the courage, right? Because being brave and having courage isn't being without fear. It's doing it anyway. And they're going to do it anyway. They're going to approach this feminine, but it's terrifying to them, I feel like, because they know that they're going to have to access all this stuff, because the feminine is not going to settle for anything less. But you see the feminine is kind of, and see there's that fish again, some Pisces energy again, but that is that kind of like flighty sort of, there's that fearfulness. It's like the as the Cancer, if you're the divine masculine, you could be, you could have Pisces in your chart as well. Maybe a parent was Pisces, you just have Piscean energy, where it's like, fish are very timid, right? It takes a lot to earn the trust of a fish. But yeah, so I feel like the feminine is looking at these cups, and the masculine is also looking at these cups. And they're both sort of energetically going, are these going to topple over? It's like when you're playing Jenga, is this going to be the one? Right, so the feminine does not want to walk on any eggshells here, right? And the masculine knows that, and that could have been the sort of reason for the separation before. I don't want to say never, because nothing is never or always. But I so rarely, and I go through great lengths to not talk about past connections or the Hollywood twin flamey journey. I only like to focus on the divine union, which is more about the individuals doing the work so that they attract their counterpart. But this feels very sweet. This feels very, very innocent. Like I don't feel like there was any cheating or deception or great malicious action or anything like that. There wasn't anything toxic here. It wasn't balanced and it was lower vibration, but I don't feel like it was toxic. I don't think that there was like intentional deception. I think there was just fear, which is still deception, but it was more subconscious. And now that it's conscious with this King of Swords, I feel like it's become more conscious. And now, through Leo season, it's like the masculine they've got it. Like they understand it. They're not an idiot. They picked up what you put down if you're the feminine. All right, so let's pull for the Five of Wands. What is this blocked energy? Queen of Swords. So, yeah. And they're facing different directions here, the Queen and the King. Which they can be kind of perceived as of the couples, of the court couples. These individuals can seem like more business partners, right? They're like this right now. They're facing away from each other. But, and I think that the feminine could just be in that energy, that Queen of Swords energy of like, next, right? Yeah, the Page and the King of Swords are both looking in the opposite direction as the Queen of Swords. But I do feel like, yeah, the Queen of Swords is sort of like, her hand is out towards the Fool under the Ten of Cups here. She wants the big declaration. You're gonna have to make that Serendipity. Love that movie. John Cusack is a Cancer, right? Right? Tell me. I'm pretty sure he's a Cancer. And he's always like, he has the most pitiful eyes. He's so sweet, you know? He's always like holding the boombox or, you know, making the big declaration. He's just very much like the old, like 80s romantic comedy guy. You know, he just was very much typecast into that. Rightfully so, because he just has that sweet look to him. But yeah, the Fool is like a child. They're very silly. This is 10, right? This is the adding that 0 to the 1, which makes 10. Which is just kind of like an open, right? Because 10 is 1 and 0, but it's 1, right? So the 0 is just kind of like an open space holder, right? It's very spherical and receptive and very open. And I just feel like, yeah, the masculine, if you're the masculine, you're gonna have to be open. And that is terrifying for the 10 of Cups. But the Fool does it anyway, right? The Fool takes that leap of faith. You're going on in faith here. We have the Page of Wands and the Knight of Cups. This is very, it's like they're shifting into this younger energy. They could be younger, but I really get that they are chronologically older. Oh my gosh. In the Pisces reading, I felt like a sneeze was coming the whole time. Now it's just, it feels like I have feathers in my nose right now, which is like up in the air. So I feel like the masculine is like chronologically older. Or they just are an old soul, again, with that storyline if they had to grow up fast. 1 second. Okay. I'm boiling sweet potatoes, so I don't want them to turn into mush. Anyway. So, or that storyline of the masculine where they just had to grow up too fast kind of thing. So they could be younger with all these pages and knights. We have 2 pages, but the Fool kind of looks like a page, right? Or they could be older and they're coming in with this, they know that they have to come in with this younger energy. Either way, they're coming in, the masculine knows that they have to come in like a child, right? When you go to the gates of heaven or whatever, who was it? I mean, I know it was Jesus, whatever. Somebody said it in the Bible. But they said that Jesus was like, come to me like a child, right? Go to the arms of God as a child. Something. I don't know. I'm not able to quote any scripture right now. And then the Knight of Cups. Like, the Knight of Cups is more active. The pages can just be sort of like, I'm here, I have a message, but they don't necessarily have the gumption to do anything with it. Oh, the Fool with Serendipity. Got off on a whole tangent with my crush for John Cusack. The world has a crush on him, come on. But yeah, Serendipity, his friend says, did he have passion? But you have to be a fool for love. Was that in Serendipity? I just keep asking you guys questions. Yeah, you're like, I need to be a jackass. Like he says he wants to be a jackass. But if you're not willing to be a fool for love, you don't deserve it. I feel like a female said that in another romantic comedy. And the guy kind of laughs at her, and I think they end up together in the end, you know? So it's like, he's like mocking her, and like, You're stupid for saying that. But I think they're friends and then they become lovers at the end. Anyway, Fool for Love. Tegan and Sarah. It's a good song. Although that one's not quite the same message. That's kind of a sad song. I don't think it turns out very well for them. We have Strength, Four of Wands. Pisces also had Four of Wands. And the Star. Pisces also had the Star. I did shuffle these, but you know, some of them like to stick together. So, could be dealing with a Leo, could be dealing with a Star. Maybe they are a celebrity. Maybe it's Johnny Cusack. Are you listening? Could be an Aquarius. And yeah, it's marriage. Like I get sort of like a celestial body type Empress energy from this star, right? Like she looks pregnant, like the Empress typically does. So there's kind of an Empress energy here. And it's like this, this masculine is like staring down the barrel. Like they've gone through it. It's taken them a lot of strength and endurance to be able to approach the feminine with this offer. But they're going to. Dag nabbit. There's that Five of Wands coming out for sure. And the Ten of Pentacles. There's that Ten of Pentacles. That's what is wanted here. And the feminine's not going to settle for anything less, because an Empress never does. But there is this blocked energy. Tell me more about this Five of Wands. This damn Five of Wands. Everybody's talking about me. I don't hear a word they say. Is that even the lyrics? King of Pentacles. Two of Wands, Four of Cups. Yeah, that Four of Pentacles and Four of Cups. They're waiting. This person, this feminine, is waiting. They're not, put the thing down, flip it, and reverse it if you need to, but I feel like this is the feminine who is like, I want this. I want my person from the clouds, right? I want my angelic being, right? From the clouds. That feathers in the nose, like being up in the air, and they want their divine counterpart. They want their ethereal match, right? They're up there too, right? They're already tapped into that. The feminine is. Now the feminine can be a male. Again, flip it how it goes. But energetically speaking, I feel like that's the story for the feminine and the masculine. Two of Wands. See, with this King of Swords, with this World and the Devil here, it's like they're reevaluating. Two of Wands is about coming in a new way. This is new communication online. Again, an email, a text message. They could be typing it out, deleting it. They could be writing it down to get it right. They could be even like saying it out loud to others, like to their friends. How does this sound? You know, would you respond to this? They could be, you know, consulting their feminine friends or their, yeah. I feel like the masculine is like resourcing whomever is in their world that they trust, if there is anybody, that they can say, and if not, they could be like Googling, you know, YouTubing, like trying to find information about how to approach somebody, trying to find somebody with relatable advice that they can take on to make this decision to relinquish. See, they've already put the bracket on there. They know that they don't want the past. They know that their past energy is just, that past cycle is ready to be broken. And see, this one is free. It's like, they're ready to go on a hike, you know, like they're ready to go on this journey toward their person. So it takes that wands, that takes that decision. to go, that masculine energy of activation and saying, this is the direction I'm going in. So yeah, quite a bit of, we got everybody here. Yeah, like, I mean, the King of Swords could be an Aquarius. We have the stars Aquarius, so yeah, they could be trying to match that. We have the Queen of Swords, so there's a lot of air energy here, but what's in the outcome is cups, so that's very mutable, right? So I mean, this is the energy I'm talking about here, not necessarily the signs. You'll know this individual if this is your story. So yeah, let me know. Let us know in the comments. If this is your story, what their sign is, or how this applies, if it applies. Yeah, we have the King of Pentacles here and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so Three of Wands, that's the journey, the Devil, Knight of Swords. So we have the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords. See that's that mutable energy, right? This is balancing the head and the heart to make this decision. Knowing that you want the Ten of Pentacles, knowing that you want the Ten of Cups, knowing that that is the only thing that this Divine Feminine is going to, and again, I feel like the masculine is terrified with the cups. That is the inevitable outcome here. That's what they're working toward. But it's like they have moved into, because cups and pentacles are earth and water, which are feminine, and then air, swords, and wands are air and fire, which are masculine. So it's like pentacles, but pentacles can also represent the 3D, and the 3D is masculine, the 5D is feminine. So it's like they're taking with that strength, which is fixed, which is earth, fire sign for Leo, right? So it's like they're using the elements at their disposal, like the resources that they have to come into that feminine energy and to match the Empress emotionally for this Ten of Cups, but they're taking steps, right? It's like they're moving into something that's more accessible to them, which is moving into getting the finances, getting the stability, getting the their health, their wealth in order, so that they can move into cups from there, death and justice. So again, we have air and water here with death and justice. Scorpio, Libra, Eight of Wands, Nine of Wands, Knight of Wands, Eight of Wands, Knight of Wands, the Hierophant and the Emperor. Yeah, a lot of this was coming out in the Pisces reading. The King of Cups was upside down or in reverse. Not upside down, it was in reverse in that reading. So this is all moon energy. This is all third eye energy, intuition, right? So it's going to be linked energetically. If you're not dealing with a Pisces or a Cancer, you don't have Pisces and Cancer in your chart. This kind of like moon unseen energy, tapping into the feminine, tapping into the third eye, your intuition, and like doing, taking steps. Active masculine is active, so taking masculine steps toward opening up to the feminine. And that could be, the Pisces reading was more about them doing that for themselves, like using that energy to tap into their own individual feminine, which we need to balance our own masculine and feminine before we come into union. Otherwise, if you come into any type of connection it will not be the divine union. You will be imbalanced. Therefore, it will be conditional because you'll be requiring those aspects of yourself you haven't balanced from your counterpart, right? So yes, it always starts within, but I do feel like in this, it's more about the masculine doing this work, but it's like they have eyes on in the 3D, eyes on the feminine. Like they've already chosen their person, they know this is the person, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to come into union. Because they see the value of this, and it is the thing that they have always wanted. It's the outcome that they've dreamed of. It's the abundance, the emotional fulfillment, it's the partnership. But look at his little wheelie leg. I feel like he's really like it. Is that yeah, it's like I think that's his hat, but it kind of looks like his skull is cracked. Like, maybe the masculine has been in some kind of accident. It could be insecure about that, but that's specific. But I feel like this person's just been through it to get to their feminine. And now look, they've created like, this little baby's got the pentacle. So it's like they're surrounded by, and the sun, this other sun has the wand, right? And then he's got his sword here in the sheath. So this is the divine union. This is everything. It's all the elements. It's the emotional fulfillment. It's the abundance of everything. There's communication. It's very balanced. It's very, it is very sweet. This feels very, very sweet, very, 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 I said very so many times in the Pisces reading, it was driving me crazy, and it's coming into this again. So yeah, 3 of Pentacles and the 5 of Cups. So we have the Devil and the 5 of Cups over here in the scene. So it's like there are eyes on all the shadows and all of the things that could be an issue that could come between these two. And then in the unseen, the moon energy, we have all of these court cards, all these major arcana. And the 3 of Pentacles, right? We have this this knowing, this intuitive tapped in, this knowing at the core that this is inevitable. But on the surface, there's still some devil energy, there's some blocked, maybe competitive energy. The masculine could be worried that the feminine, because he sees the value of this feminine, could be a little concerned that someone else is going to come in, and that they will be left out in the cold. So there is some superficial fear, but at the core, the faith of this masculine is so solid. 43 on the clock there. 7, 7, 14, 5. Yeah, there's that 5. Could be 43 years old. Somebody could be 43 years old. But it's like they're so sure about it. They're going to come in such a direct way, and overcome all of this page energy, all this like riff-raff. It's not going to stop them. Nothing is going to stop them. Dag nabbit. They're coming in, and yeah, they don't want their jealousy or their fear of the feminine finding somebody else to be the reason that they come in. They want to make sure, and that's taking a great deal of strength for them to temper themselves and to really make sure that they are, could be a Sagittarius in the mix here, but they are really utilizing temperance to make sure that they come in correctly, because they know if they come in too early, even though Their ego tells them to do that. Their fear is like, hurry up, come on, go. She's gonna get away. They're gonna get away. You're not worthy. All the things that the devil does, which is so fucking pitiful and so lame. The devil is lame. This King of Swords knows where they're going. They have the wands, the Two of Wands. They're making that decision. The Three of Wands, they're going to be disciplined and stay on that path and that journey, and then come into that mutable connection with their divine feminine. Leave it. Thank you. King of Wands, High Priestess. Yeah, there's a High Priestess here. That is Pisces and Cancer. And the King of Wands. Yeah, this person is mastering their craft, magician, energy, Gemini, Virgo, also Aries, because I do get that sort of with the Fool, that leadership. We have Aquarius with the Star and the Fool as well. So maybe those signs mean something to you. Maybe you resonate with those energies. Maybe they're in your chart somewhere. I do other readings where I talk more in depth about each of the major arcana. So you can, because the Emperor and the Empress master all of the major arcana. They are the ultimate divine alchemists, meaning that they have done all the work. They've done all the excavation. Not that they're just done and they never have to do any more work after that. It's just that they have the experience. They're studied on it. They have the reference books, the library to go back to. So when those things happen, when towers arise or when difficulties and challenges come up in their life with their divine counterpart, they both, because they're sort of masters of their craft, they can collaborate, they can lean on each other, they can accommodate and acclimate and all of that and evolve together. But it's like they both have libraries, they both have the record. Maybe they have a record, maybe they've they've done the time, right, for all their experiences, and so they can always reference them. So it's not that you're never just done, but yeah, if you listen to readings often and you get the same sort of, you're like, I always get strength, but I don't have Leo in my chart, I'm not dealing with a Leo, like, what is strength about? Why do I keep getting that, right? Then you can look at those readings. You can, there are other readings, I'm sure, but I'm just letting you guys know that I do the readings on the individual ones and what you might be going through if you are under that major arcana. So if you're interested, you can listen to those. Yeah, I love this story. Like, it's coming together. It's coming together. The feminine, the only advice of the feminine is just stay the course, right? Stay observing the offers, but don't let any riffraff in, which I feel like the feminine's already pretty steadfast in that. And this is going to, and if you don't have anybody if you don't see this person as the feminine, if you don't see this masculine that's wanting to approach you, because again, you could have just been friends and they just watched how you behaved with other people, and so they know, like, I won't be able to approach them if I'm in this energy. I'm gonna have to be in the energy that they're in, which is higher. So I gotta get on my game and do my work and really, like, go within and figure my shit out, and just be brave, find my courage. And so if you don't see this individual around you, or if you're not sure of anyone in the 3D who this could be, just know that if you stay in this energy, you will attract somebody. And if you don't resonate with this at all, as far as like having dealt with somebody, or you don't want someone from the past, if you're like, no, I'm not interested in anybody, I don't care what work they've done, if that's the energy that you're in, then there are billions of us here. You're going to attract what is compatible and what is aligned with you by staying in this energy. Because like attracts like. So stay in the energy that you're in, and stay the course. Stay in that fixed, disciplined energy, and that frequency will attract like. So I hope there was something in here for you. I wish you well.